Yeah, I had an outlet, right? So if you got a stressful job, you just punch people in the face and it'll sort you out. I actually wanted to be called Logan Price. The next session I come to him, he's just like, oh, so how's things going? He's like, yeah, I quit my job. I did what you said. He had this meltdown. I didn't tell you to quit your job.
How do you kind of explain what you do when it's fighting inherently violent to your child? Today I'm squaring up with Logan, the Pitbull Price. He is fighting in Shuriken Fight Series 17, and little fun fact, he actually came up with the name Shuriken Fight Series. We'll touch on that shortly. He's 1-4 in his pro record, and he's a former XFC amateur bantamweight champ. How are we going, Logan?
Good.
Big night in the office for you last night. There was grassroots last night. You did a lot of wrecking the kickboxing.
It's a good way to get my steps up.
Yeah.
You know?
You had to move pretty quick for some of those to get out of the way.
Yeah, some of them were just going around in a circle, so I just stood there to be honest. Yeah, I was getting a bit dizzy, but it was good. It was good.
I recently watched Rory's fight over at XFC. What was it like being back there? I heard the commentators give you a shout out as a former amateur champ. And
yeah, no, they're a good time over there. That's why I kind of had a kind of pathway for Rory. Not doing the same thing as me, but like doing something similar. Like he's somewhat cleaned up the backyard in amateur ranks in New Zealand. So before he thought about going pro, I just thought, why not try do the same thing in Australia? Because you know, if you can do it sort of internationally, then that's a good stepping stone to try strive for pro. You know?
And he couldn't find the weight class he wanted there either. There was no flyweight.
Yeah, exactly. So similar to me when I was coming up, I started at heavyweight.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was like, same thing. I was just an overweight rugby player trying to figure out my weight class.
Like
and Rory, Rory, it's similar. Although he was smaller, he was just trying to fit in where he could. You know.
Yeah. I like to play a little game to break the ice called In the Pocket. Where I just throw real fast fire questions at you.
Shit.
So, the easy questions.
No personal ones, are they?
They're actually all quite personal. I think you'll be surprised. All right, you ready?
Yeah, mate.
Right. Who is your favourite fighter?
Oof.
Hard one off the bat, eh?
Yeah. Like current or?
You
know what?
You're thinking about it too much.
Yeah. So, what got me into fighting was probably Chuck Liddell.
Chuck Liddell, nice, the Iceman. Would you rather be knocked out or submitted?
I've been knocked out enough, so probably submitted.
Yeah. What's your favourite dinosaur?
Dinosaur? Probably just a generic T-Rex. You know?
These are the personal questions, by the way.
Okay.
Okay. Do you go sock, shoe, or sock, shoe?
That's confusing as hell.
Right, how do you put your socks and shoes on?
I actually don't wear socks. I never get smelly feet. So.
I'll be asking Amanda after this.
Yeah, you can ask.
Would you rather wear the same pair of underpants for 2 weeks or the same pair of socks for 4 weeks?
Same pair of socks. My feet don't smell. I'm actually quite lucky.
You're really doubling down on that. If you were a Teletubby, which Teletubby would you be?
What's the one with the handbag? Is that thing?
It's Dipsy.
Yeah.
No, Dipsy's got Tinky Winky.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the purple one.
Yeah.
Respect. And what's something you're really bad at?
That's probably cleaning.
And what is something that you're proud of but never get to brag about? You're allowed to think about this one.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a hard one. I don't know. Being a dad.
Being a dad? Yeah.
It's a daily task and it's something you don't think about, but yeah, I'm proud of it.
Well, because you've kind of already brought it up. I was wanting to get into that one a bit later as well, as we got to know each other. But so one of the things I've got here, and this is actually something I've always wanted to ask someone. So you've been fighting for a very long time. 2011 is when you started? Yeah, 2011. When you got a wife and had a child, how have your priorities as a fighter kind of changed? Because fighting is one of those things where you kind of, it's quite a selfish hobby in sport, right? Would that be fair to say?
Yep. As soon as we got pregnant, we kind of sort of told each other like we weren't going to put our life on hold for a child. And like you say, that kind of sounds selfish in hindsight, but I'm actually glad we did it because she grew up with us also. And if this is something she wants to do when she grows up, cool. If it's not, that's fine also. But I'm actually proud to say that she's, grew up in this environment because her personality and everything sort of shined out of this place. She's got multiple uncles. She'll never ever get bullied, I don't think. But she might find it hard to find a partner when she gets older. But yeah, just even when I had her in a capsule, 6 months old, coming here, even the noise of pads clapping, kicks, kias, all that, she can sleep through anything, and it's crazy. And just her just how she lives her life. She's only 5, obviously, but she's so confident because she's just been around people her whole life. And it's good, and being around large crowds. Yeah.
So when she's crying and struggling to sleep at home, is the white noise you put on just fighting sounds?
Yeah, it would work, honestly.
Yeah.
It would. But nah, she's awesome. She's awesome, and she raves about going to the fighting and stuff like that. She feels like she misses out. So it's cool.
And so I've always been interested on how do you kind of explain what you do when it's fighting inherently violent to your child?
Yeah, in the end of the day, it's like it's a mindset for me. It's kind of sport, right? Mm-hmm. Injuries happen. Yeah, she unfortunately she seen me get injured one time and she bawled her eyes out. But yeah, she's come to all the fights. Mm-hmm. She came to Brad's fight in Perth and Melbourne. We've been everywhere at Rory's fight and she was there. Yeah, she understands it's a sport and she just calls it the fighting. And she tells it, their teachers even, my parents are fighters.
And so how do you associate that with fighting outside of the sport?
It's definitely a no-no. Mm-hmm. It's funny, Akura's, she's the protector. If she sees one of her friends getting bullied or picked on, she's straight in there to protect them. But when it's funny how if someone's bullying her or something like that, she kind of backs off a lot. It's different, yeah. She's not a very violent person at all.
It's something to be proud of, right?
Yeah. I think, on the back of seeing all this, she knows this doesn't happen outside of here anyway.
So how did you get your fighter nickname? I'm gonna take a guess. Is it because you're a very affectionate and lovable person, but you can also scrap, just like a pit bull? Or any bull terrier?
I actually didn't even give someone gave me the name and it just stuck. Yeah. It was just in one of my fights. I think it was the Shuriken amateur title fight, where I was pretty relentless, and someone called it out in the crowd. It's stuck ever since. I didn't even really have a name. And then all of a sudden on my Tapology, someone put it up.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, okay. That's my name, I guess. And some people make their own names, but mine was kind of just given to me. Yeah. Whether I fight like a pit bull or not, I don't know. But that was just how it started. Yeah.
So do you actively use it yourself then, or?
Nah, never.
If you give yourself one, what do you think it would be? Or would you actually prefer to not have one?
I actually wanted to be called Pirate because that's my dad's nickname.
Yeah.
Logan Price, but someone said you paid the price.
Yeah, so that's your Instagram handle. I really like that. Yeah.
And that was pretty cool. But it just put always stuck. So
that reminds me of Andre Feely's one. That was touchy. It was like touchy feely. I'm like, that's so brilliant. Because Justin Tuffer's got his a similar way. Like he knocks someone out and they're like, that's a bad man.
Yeah.
And they're just stuck.
Yeah.
But I reckon it's cool. How you can get names naturally like that.
Yeah.
The organic way. Yes, I've seen you ref quite a few times. And is that kind of something like, as well as coaching, and that makes up part of the job of a pro fighter these days, eh?
I got a few hats on, eh?
Yeah.
Just changed my hat.
Go through them all. Because in New Zealand, pro fighting doesn't quite pay the bills.
No.
So you've got to kind of moonlight as other things. So you've got reffing.
Yep. I'm coaching. I'm a gym owner.
Of this gym or another gym?
I co-own the strength and conditioning side of this Shuriken. I'm a boxing coach, I'm an MMA coach, I'm a kickboxing coach, got multiple coaching.
I ran out of fingers.
Aliases. I'm a father. I'm trying to study. I've got a mortgage. Because that's fucking hard.
That's having that mortgage must be quite limiting with when you got that payment over your head.
Oh,
it's
man.
like it limits. You can't just chase your dreams as hard as you
Right.
once would.
We're eating noodles.
Yeah.
We're eating noodles, bro. But hey, it's the time it is. But it'll change soon, hopefully. And I PT as well. I love coaching. Obviously had a long layoff. And
So
I just changed hats and man, I enjoy coaching. But right now I've got to be the athlete. So yeah.
So you mentioned your layoff. So do you think that's going to play into your return to the cage? Do you think there'll be a bit of ring rust?
I could say no, but to be honest, I don't know until I get in there. To be fair, I love contact. I love the contact. So that's not going to be any different when we get in there. So we'll have to wait and see, eh? Yeah.
Have you had a significant layoff before?
Yeah, I've had multiple. To be
So what's it like when you return to that cage for the first time after a while?
It's fun. I'm actually very eager to get back in there because I don't know. There's something about the lights, the noise, the giving shots, taking shots. That just excites me, eh? So yeah. Everyone has said I thought in my head I retired, but when you get feeling healthy again, you're just like, fuck. When you never really actually retire, to be fair. You're always fighting in the gym anyway, so yeah.
So you said you thought that you'd retired. Was that kind of? Can you remember having that conversation with your wife, and in your head you're like, look.
There was no conversation. It was just kind of in my head. Yeah. I just got super comfortable coaching. Had an injury, obviously, and that's why people tend to sway to the coaching side of things. But I had an injury. I started coaching instead, and it was good. If not the same outlet as fighting would be, because my heart rate's going up just as much as the boys in the ring. I'm in the corner and I'm freaking out just as much, and it's good, it's good. It's actually quite fortunate I have that option to go to. A lot of fighters out there don't. So yeah.
And you mentioned you're upskilling. You're studying. What are you studying?
Studying nutrition when I can.
Yeah.
It's a bit hot and cold at the moment. Lucky it's it's all online based. So you can get to it when I get to it. But right now I haven't got to it in a wee while. But
yeah, how deep into it are you? Is it a 3-year course or what is it?
Yeah, something like that. I think I'm about 2/3 of the way through, but that took me 3 years anyway. So.
I mean, you just mentioned all the other hats. I'm not surprised that you're struggling to find time for it. But it's cool that you're still looking to add on another hat, even though your bag's full.
Well, I had a full-time job too. I was a project manager.
Oh yeah.
And I loved my job too. That was cool. But went to a sports psychologist having these losses. I thought it was my head kind of thing, which it kind of wasn't. But he kind of said to me, same thing when I rattle off all these hats I wear, he would just say to me, like, oh, whoa, you do a lot. And then I was like, kind of took a step back and I thought, I do a lot. And then the next session I come to him, he's just like, oh, so how's things going? It's like, I quit my job. I did what you said. And he had this meltdown. I didn't tell you to quit your job. And but it was something had to give, right?
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh man, do you actually strive for a passion, see if that works out? That job is always there. If this doesn't work out, I can go back to that job. So I haven't gone back in nearly 3 years, so it is working out.
Do you think you will after fighting?
No.
Or now your last fighting?
This is
why
me.
you're studying nutrition.
Yeah, this is me. This is me. I'm be coaching after this life, and then once fighting surpassed, I'll be coaching. Yeah.
Do you think kind of the keeping your life being fighting, because you're always around it, even though once you're like, oh, maybe it's time to retire, there'll always be that, one more fight? Yeah,
definitely. Like I said, when does anyone really retire? I got to show these young bucks what's up in the gym sometimes. So,
the enforcer,
show that I'm still present. But it's good to coach now and then, because all the mistakes I've made, it's like, and I've made a lot in fighting, to make sure that they don't make the same mistakes. And that's all I trying to use my experience towards them. And yeah, I'm not the best fighter in the world, but I hope to think that, you know, my mistakes will not be theirs.
So were you going to tell them to quit their job?
To be fair, honestly, once I did, actually a whole bunch of these boys followed, eh? It was pretty funny.
That's like, doing that though, I have so much respect for that, because that's terrifying.
It was.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, holy shit, how am I going to pay for the roof over our head? But it, like, if I didn't take the dive then, I never would have. So, yeah, me and Amanda were freaking out. But we made it work. And it's still working. It's still a work in progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good times because, especially with Cora, with my daughter, back in COVID, I was working from home a lot, and she was like 1, coming up 2, and it was awesome being able to be at home with her. And then when COVID kind of finished and we're back in the office, I missed that. And then, it was good to actually quit my job at that point where I could be at home a lot more too. So I didn't get to miss out on all those years of Cora when she was growing up, which was good.
Yeah. Because did you get into project managing through building, or was it something you studied to?
Yeah, it was not building, but it was in the industries with Vector Energy and the gas side. So it was pretty stressful job. But I had an outlet, right? So I got to punch people in the face. So if you got a stressful job, you just punch people in the face, and it'll sort you out.
Because I started doing jiu-jitsu last year, and I do it in the middle of my day. So I go back to work afterwards, and I'm still at the stage where I'm the punching bag. I get absolutely smashed. So I just go back tired and beaten up. I get the outlet thing, so you're fighting in Shuriken Fight Series 17, and so I interviewed Jay befone 16, and he actually gave you some credit that you came up with the name.
Yeah, I'm surprised on that, because he's one to...
He actually stopped me and said, let's go back. Is that because, do you think it was because he was on camera? He's like, I might get caught out here.
Nah. I'm grateful for that, but yeah, it was actually when I was cutting weight for a fight somewhere else, and Jay was just like, man, I can't keep up with all these names. If you can see the posters around us, he's just like, couldn't keep up with all these names, and I'm like, well, stuff the names, just call it something else, and then we put numbers on it, like the UFC kind of thing. You know, everyone else just puts numbers on it. It makes more sense, and then and then we're just rattling off names with my dry ass mouth, and and then we just came up with Shuriken Fight Series, which kind of stuck a bit more SFS, and then I drew a little logo too, and then after a few attempts with the designer, it came up as what it is today.
Do you get royalties?
No, not at all, man. Not at all. But no, I'm just glad. That's my royalty that Jay mentioned me, which was cool.
I have to put the clip in here.
Correction, go back. We've done about 14, 15 shows leading up to Shuriken Fight Series. Proving Grounds, Rising Soldiers, Retribution.
Is that what most of all these
Yeah. And so we're running out of names. And actually one of my coaches, Logan, he came up with Shuriken Fight Series.
Yeah.
So I wasn't taking all the credit.
All right.
We'll have to give him some credit.
Okay, Logan? All the best for your fight. I'll be watching from the States on Fight Pass. Yeah, I'm going to UFC 300.
Oh, man.
There's media. I'll be watching on UFC Fight Pass, very first time. Tune in. If you like these interviews, please like and subscribe. We'd love the support. Thanks for sitting down talking, Logan. I'll be watching the fight.
Shot, mate.
Cheers.
Beautiful.